it's Emily here, and today I am bringing you my first April reading wrap-up. Since it is Vita, I thought it would be a good idea to try and do weekly wrap-ups for my reading, because my end-of-the-month wrap-ups are ridiculously long, and so I wanted to see if maybe this type of format would be better, so that way the videos are a little bit shorter for you guys, and you don't have to deal with watching a 20-minute video. So this week I only read one book, and that is Wintersong by Jae-Jones, and I actually just finished it last night. I was super excited for the release of this book. It just came out a few weeks ago, and maybe like a month ago, I can't remember exactly, but S.J. Jones, or JJ, she is a co-host of one of my favorite podcasts, which is Publishing Crawl, where she and another publishing expert, they just talk about the publishing business and give advice and tips on writing and all of those things. And I really love her, so I was really excited for her debut book. That being said, I wanted to fall in love with this so badly. It is a labyrinth retelling, and I believe it also has a mix of the story of Amadeus in it. And it is about this young woman, Liesel, or Elizabeth, and she is 19 years old, and the Goblin King has claimed her sister for his bride, and to take her place, she offers herself up to be the Goblin King's bride, but her being his bride, while it has awakened her, she's come into herself, and she's also a musician, and it's helped awaken her music talent and her compositions. She's also dying the longer she's with the Goblin King. I'll admit that I actually haven't seen Labyrinth or Amadeus. I know, I'm sorry. I will rectify this. I have Labyrinth on my DVD queue from Netflix, so hopefully they'll be in the mail soon. And I'm not sure if that helped or hindered my reading of this book, because I literally have no concept of Labyrinth other than, oh, 80s fantasy movie and it's a Goblin King. That's literally all I know. This book, it definitely had a lot of dark vibes. It was really weird, which I like that. I like dark things. I like weird things. So I didn't have a problem with any of that. And it was also really romantic, but like super like sexy and sensual, which are things that I don't mind. Like, I think all of those were really great elements to have to this story. I think part of what made this book fall a little bit short for me was that I believe this has been marketed as more of like adult, new adult book with young adult appeal, which I totally understand why, because the character is 19 years old, and so yeah, she's still a teenager, but she's not really a teenager anymore, and she's kind of into that new adult stage, and the style of writing is very young adult. But I think what she wanted to do with the story and the narrative was definitely more suited for an adult audience, more for an adult style, or even a new adult style, an audience maybe. And I personally think that if she had like full out been, this is for adults, or this is for new adults, I think a lot of the things I had problems with, I think would have been rectified, because she would have been able to full out do what she really wanted to do. Because like, as I was reading, a lot of what I felt she wanted to do, I was on board with. I was like, yes, this could be really cool, but it always kind of felt like it was coming short. And then also, a lot of the story was about Elizabeth and her music and being a composer, which I really love. Like, I like that idea, I like that aspect of it. But for me, whenever I read a book that has such a focus on music, it almost always falls short, because the point of music is that it expresses what words can't, and then we're trying to put that into words, and it doesn't really work. And so I love how it was such a big part of the plot, and how important it was to her and to the Goblin King. It was a really awesome aspect of the story and their relationship, but because you're trying to put what you can't put into words, it falls flat. And so overall, I really love the idea of this book. If you like something that's more dark and gothic and weird, and you like a romance that's a little bit more like on the sexy, sensual side, I think you're really gonna like this one. And if you like retellings, you're gonna really like this one. But for me, it just fell a little bit flat, so I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. And since today starts the Tome Topple, and on Sunday starts the Unicornathon, I'm going to start reading A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This will be my reread of this book in preparation for A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I'm super excited to get to it because I haven't reread this since it came out last year, so I think it's going to be pretty epic. So there you go. Though that is the one book I read this week. Next week I will have another wrap-up with the other books I have completed. So let me know if you like this style of wrap-up so that you're not watching 20-minute long ones at the end of April. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.